It's Monday night, and this is where we save money and have fun doing it. Welcome to Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready, Budget, Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about household budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If those sound like things that you vibe with, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below because I'd love to hear from you. Today we're doing game night, so we're going to start with Millennial Loteria. Last week we did the OG traditional Loteria, so this week we're going to do the Millennial version. And then we'll do sus like we always do, juniors restaurants like we always do, and then we'll go to where the binder clip is and take off from there. So let me get out Loteria. I actually got somewhat prepared tonight. So I've got the game card here, and I've got the cards here, and I've got the chips over here. So if you haven't seen Loteria before, or Millennial Loteria the way that I play it, it's a lot like a bingo game. It comes from the Spanish-speaking world. This is a sort of a parody, tongue-in-cheek look at my generation and all of the culturally significant things that go along with it. So in this game, instead of bingo balls, you have pictograms, and instead of a row of 5, you're looking for a row of 4. Also, instead of balls, you have cards. So you just deal the cards, mark off the spaces, and then the way that I do it is I keep going until I get a Loteria, and then I save $1 for every chip down on the card. So let's see how we do this week. First up, we've got 2 of them here. They're like stuck together. So we've got El Yoga, and I don't have El Yoga, but I do have the next one, which is El Prime. Spent a lot of money on Prime Day. I'm going to have to fess up on my budget update video. Okay, El Web Design, we have that right here. El Twitter, I don't see that, and I think I'm holding this in the wrong hand. I think that's the issue here. Okay, El Sushi, nope. El Brunch, no. La Karen, no. La Notification, no. El Global Warming, no. La Flower Crown, nope. El Coachella, don't see that. El Makeup Tutorial, we do have, that's right over here. El Gluten, yep. El Nail Art, got that. So now El Gentrification will give us a Loteria. El Healing Crystal, right there, that opens up El Pride. La Border Wall, no. El Gender Reveal, no. La Feminist, no. El Hipster, we do have right up here. El Vegan, no. La Succulent, no. El Participation Trophy, no. El Internship, we do have. So now that'll give us 2 Loterias. El Piercing, right here. That opens up El Non-GMO. Going to be a big save week. La Student Debt, we don't have. There's El Pride. Okay, so that gives us the Loteria. Only 1 Loteria for this week, but that's okay. I think in the future, if I get 2 Loterias, I might save double the amount. We'll see. All right, so for this week, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $10 going into the Loteria envelope. So let me put these back. Just give them a quick shuffle to mix them up. I will clear off the chips. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll slide these over here. We're going to need them again later, but for now, they can go over there. Okay, we'll take out $10 and we'll put it in envelope number 1, which is Millennial Loteria, or Loteria in general. Okay, next we're going to go on to do Sust. This is a Would You Rather game. It is, I think, available in like Canada, Australia, maybe the UK, just based on the spelling. And the way that I do this is there's a question and 3 possible answers. If I want answer A, I save $2, answer B, $3, and answer C, $5. So I'm usually doing about 2 a week. So let's read the first one and see what my preference would be. Okay, which would I most hate to have? Oh, I like the ones that are good things. I don't like to pick the worst of the bunch. Okay. A, palms as sticky as maple syrup. Oh. B, an allergy to meat. Or C, cold food for every meal. Well, they're all kind of food related in a way, but I think the one that would be the worst is palms as sticky as maple syrup. Like all the time, and you can never get them to be not sticky. So that's the one that I'm going to go for. And I am going to mark it off here. And that is, oh, that's not the right pen. And that is the A answer, so that'll save $2. Use a Sharpie. Here we go. Next question. Which do I think is more important to have at a birthday party? A, lots of people. B, lots of presents. Or C, lots of things to do. I think, for me, having lots of things to do is more important than the people or the presents. If there's too many people, I don't tend to like that. Similarly, I don't really care about presents. It's just more things that I have to send thank you cards for. But having a lot of activities, I think, would be fantastic. Okay, so $7 going in. We'll save that third one for next week. And I will put the card back along with the $7. And if you're new to my channel or if you haven't watched Game Night before, I use prop money. And the reason I do that is because I put the money that I save into my Roth IRA, so there's no point in taking it out of the bank, only to put it back into the bank, just to send it to the Roth IRA. And I start each game night with $100. All right, so let's move on to Junior's Restaurants. Junior's Restaurants is a box challenge that was gifted to me by April over at April's Fresh Start and her son Junior. We are almost all the way through it. I did some quick adding, and it looks like I've got about $24 to $30 left to save, somewhere in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish one of the challenges here, which is Junior's Diner menu. And I'm going to check off the last one, which is Ready Breakfast Go Protein Shake. And that is, of course, from my channel, so I saved it for last. So I'm going to put aside $4, and I will stick this back inside. So that's done. And now the only other challenge that I'm still working on is Junior's Donuts. Where is it? I think this is it. Yep. So in Junior's Donuts, it's a roll and save challenge, or at least that's how I'm doing it. And we're going around the board. So I need my dice tray, and I also need a die, which of course I did not take out. So I will grab one here from the magic bucket. Let's use something different. How about this gold kind of die? I think that's appropriate here. All right. So let's give it a roll. Okay, so 1. So we're starting here at start, and we're going one spot over. And that's a yellow donut, so that's $3. So I'm going to take a 2 back and put in a 5. I like to do about $10 into the box challenge each week. And we're going 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a pink donut, so that's $4. So that is going to put me at $11 for the week. So I'm going to put back 7 and take 11. Okay. I will stick Junior's Donuts back where it goes. And there are cards in this challenge to tell you which game to play, and there's search and save and things like that. But since I'm almost at the end, I've kind of abandoned those and just finishing up what I can finish up. Okay, so that's that for now. And I will try to remember to link April's YouTube down below. When you order one of the challenges in her shop that her son has created, he gets all the money. Mom pays the Etsy fees and the taxes, and Junior uses that to save towards his goals. Okay, so $11 going into Junior's Restaurants. and I will do a consolidation or a condensing at the end, as I always do. So next up is Dicetropolis, because that's where the marker is. So I'm going to get out the Dicetropolis sheets and a dry erase marker and some dice, and we'll play those here next. Okay, here we are with Dicetropolis. And Dicetropolis, if you haven't seen it before, is a series of 12 dice-based savings challenge games, and these are double-sided. This is available in my Etsy shop, and if you order the physical version, I will ship it to you, and it comes on this glossy coated paper, so you can use a wet erase or a dry erase marker, and it will come right off. So for example, here's a wet erase, or a dry erase rather, so I can just scribble on there, and then a dry rag will just clean it right off, and they can be used again and again and again. It's also available as a digital download if you want to print and or laminate your own version. Okay, so let's see which game we're going to play. I'm going to roll a d12 die, and that'll tell us which one we play. And we got number 8. 8 is poker. Okay. So in dice poker, you have to determine for yourself what the value is of each of the different poker hands. So I am going to say, we're going to start with a 6 high, and I'm going to say that's $1, and we'll work up from there. 1 pair, $2, 2 pair, $3, 3 of a kind, $5, a straight 6, a full house 8, 4 of a kind 10, and 5 of a kind will be decadent at $15 if we get a Yahtzee. And then for beat the house, I'm going to say that's also going to be $2. Okay, so the way that dice poker works is you roll 5 dice, just like you have 5 poker cards. And if you order the Dicetropolis as a physical product, you have the option of adding in these mini rainbow colored dice. You don't have to, you can use your own, but it will make some of the games more fun if you have a die of every color, because some games take 6 and are color coordinated. Okay, so I am going to get back the dice box here. Swap places. So the way that dice poker works is you give it a roll, and then you decide what, if any, dice you want to keep. And then you re-roll once, and only once, any that you don't want to keep. There's also a beat the house, and we'll talk about that after I make my hand. So let's give it a roll. Okay, so I've got 3 1s, so that's pretty good. I'm going to keep those. And I am going to re-roll this 5 and 6. And I got a 5 and a 6. Okay, so I have 1, 1, 1, 6, 5. So I've got 3 of a kind with a 6 kicker. And now I'm going to roll for the house. And I'm going to roll only once. And the house got 1, 3, 4, 5, 5. So the house got a pair. So I did beat the house. And 3 of a kind will save $5. And for beating the house, another $2. So I'm going to save $7. And that is all I'm going to do in Dicetropolis for this week, because I want to see if we can get all the way through the binder. So let me clear this off. I might just leave my values down here for the next time I play dice poker. I'll put away these cards. Get the money out here, or the binder rather. So into Dicetropolis goes $7, and I actually need the first one because that's also the dashboard. There we go. So Dicetropolis goes back in. And next we'll do Dicetropolis 2. Dicetropolis 2 is based on D4 dice as opposed to D6 dice. So all 4-sided dice. But same principle applies. It is available as a physical product or as a digital download. And if you order it as a physical product, you can get the dice with it. So let me put the D6 dice away. And Dicetropolis 2 will only need 3 D4 dice. So if you order them from me, they will all come in a pouch, and they will all be the same color, but they may not be this color. There's 10 different colors, and I don't, it's a random draw, so I don't separate by color. Okay, so let's get the rest of these. And actually, I need D12 first, because that's going to tell us which game we're going to play. Number 10. And number 10 is Tracks. We played this not too long ago. I'm going to roll again. That is number 9. Number 9 is the 4 is Lava. Okay, let's play the 4 is Lava. I think we played this not too long ago too, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so let me just read the rules real quick. The object is to avoid rolling a 4. Roll 1 d4 die, so we just need the 1. If you roll anything other than a 4, write an S for safe in the circle for that roll. If you roll a 4, you get 1 do-over per game. Re-roll the die. If you roll anything other than a 4, you are safe and may continue. If you make it 4 rolls without rolling a 4 more than once, save $4, $1 for each safe roll. If you roll a 4 a second time, however, you have fallen in the lava. Add $4 to the number of safe rolls and save that amount. Okay, so let's give it a shot. So we got a 1, so we are safe. Again, it doesn't matter what the number is as long as it's not a 4. Roll number 2, we got a 3, so we're safe. You could write the numbers in here if you wanted. That is allowed. Safe. And on the last roll, we are safe, so we're going to save $4. And, as I was playing this, I thought, yeah, I think we did this the last time through. So I'm going to wipe this off. I'm going to get out the D12, and we'll play a different game on Dicetropolis 2. So let's see where we're going to go next. Number 11. We're sticking here toward the end of the pack. So number 11 is Twin Peaks. All right. So Twin Peaks says roll 2 d4 dice. We need to get 2 of them out. The object is to make a pair or doubles. Each roll costs $1. Continue rolling until you have a pair, then save $1 for each roll. Low budget. Once a pair is made, save the amount shown on either die. Okay. So let me put the rest of the cards away just so I'm not sliding around on them. And let's give these a roll, and let's see how long it takes us to make a pair. Okay, so we got a 1 and a 2, so that's 1 roll. A 1 and a 4. And a 2 and a 2. Okay, so we made our pair, which is 2s, and it took us essentially 3 rolls to do it. So each roll costs $1. Once you have a pair, save $1 for each roll, so we're going to save $3. And the low budget way is to save the value of the pair. So I would save $2 if I were doing it low budget. But 3 isn't all that, 3 is 50% more than 2, but dollar for dollar, it's not that bad. So I'm going to put 2 back, take out a 5, and we'll put $7 into Dicetropolis 2 for this week. And I'll put away the dice. And I will clean off the card. And then we'll move on to left, center, right. Okay, get the dashboard back. This is envelope 5. So $7 goes in along with the dashboard. Okay, next up is left, center, right. So let me get this out. This is 3 specialty dice. And the game, if you buy it commercially, will also come with chips. But because the chips are blue and my background is blue, I use the big white chips. Easier to see, easier to hold, easier to count. And the way that I play this game is I just keep rolling these dice. I start with 3 chips. If I get any stars, that is for the center. Otherwise, it'll say left or right. And anyway, so I put the chips into the corresponding pile. If I get a circle, I bring another chip into my pot, and I keep going until I am out of chips, and then I save the highest pile amount. So let's give it a roll and see how we do this week. So we've got 2 in the center, and 1 more coming in. And then we've got 2 to the left, and 1 more coming in. We've got 1 more coming in and going, we've got 2 more coming in and 1 going to the left. I hope I've done that right. 2 more coming in, 1 going to the center. Oops, 3 to the left, and we're done. Okay, so the left is the bigger pile. I didn't roll a right once, And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So $6 for left, center, right going in this week. So I'll put these away. I kind of wish that game didn't come in a tin. It's so noisy. Okay. 6 into envelope 6. Next up will be flip 7, so I will need to get the cards out for that, as well as the games that come after that. So I'll get set up for those, and then we'll get started with that game. Okay, we're back with flip 7, and I'll explain the rules briefly as I shuffle the cards. Flip 7 is commercially available, but I have adapted it to be a savings challenge game, just like I do with anything I buy commercially anymore. I'm always looking for the angle for how I can play it as a single player game and save money doing it. So in flip 7, there are these numbered cards you can see here. This one is 0, this one is 12. This is the only 0 in the deck. This is one of 12 12s in the deck. And everything in between is according to the number of values. So in other words, there's 1 1, there are 3 3s, there's 5 5s, etc. So I am going to deal myself 3 cards, and the goal is not to make a pair. I can take more than 3 cards, but it's great for the score, but it also increases the danger. There's also special cards in here, and I'll talk about those if any come up. Last week, a whole bunch of them came up. So if you didn't see last week's game night, go back and watch it, because that was a fun playing of flip 7. But let's see how we do this week. So we've got a 9 and a freeze. Okay, so that stops the game dead in its tracks. So ordinarily, I would say, so the rule is I have to deal at least 3 cards, but the freeze is the only card that will stop that. Obviously, if the freeze were the first card out, then I would just discard it and keep going, but that stops the game. So I'm going to save $9, but just for funsies, let's play another game. I'm not going to save any money for it, but let's just see what a game typically would look like. And hopefully there's not another freeze card here waiting. All right, so we got a 4 plus 10, and that does not count as one of the 3 cards, right? Okay, 9 and another 4. So I busted. So I would save 8 plus 9 is 17, 27 plus a penalty, but then I play this low budget way, so I add the 2 numbers together. However, when the number is 9, there's nothing really to add together except maybe a leading 0. So I'm going to save $9 into flip 7 for this week. I'll put these cards back in the deck, give it a quick little shuffle here. And then I normally don't do this, but if I've got a 1 inside the flip 7 envelope, I am going to grab it and put another 10 in. Usually I wait till the end, but let's see. And I don't have any 1s anyway. Okay, so 5, 7, 9. Okay. So that will go in. And now we'll move on to Qwixx, which is in the number 8 spot. So let me get out my dice tray, and I will get out the Qwixx dice, and I should have taken out the scorecard, but of course I didn't, because I wasn't paying attention. So Qwixx is a dice-based game, a lot like Shut the Box, except you use 3 dice instead of 2. And in order to make your number, you have to use exactly 2 of the 3 dice. You can use multiple dice per roll to make more than 1 number if you want, but you don't have to. But you must take at least 1 number or you are out. So let's give it a roll. If none of that made sense, trust me, it'll make sense as you watch me play. So let me grab a gentle marker here. I don't know if that's going to show up dark enough. I guess I'll use this Big Bad Mama Jama here. We'll use the purple one. No, we'll use the teal one. Okay. So let's give it a roll and see how we do. Okay, a 1, a 2, and a 4. So I've got a 3, a 5, and a 6. So I'm going to take the 3 and the 5. I'm going to leave the 6 at this stage of the game. 1, 1, and 6. So I've got 2 and I've got 7. I'm going to take 2. Leave the 7 because it's easier to roll. 1, 2, and 2. So I've got 3 and 4. Only going to take the 4. That's all I can do. Need some bigger numbers here. 3, 3, and 4. So I've got 6 and I've got 7. I'm going to take the 6, leave the 7. I need a 5 and a 6. And I got a 5 and a 6 and a 4 to go with it. Okay, so I've got 9, 10, and 11, and I'm going to take all 3. So I need 7, 8, and 12 still. I've got 10, 7, and 5, so I'm going to take the 7. So I need an 8 and a 12. A 6, and a 2 would be fantastic. And I didn't get it. Okay, so I've got 8 plus 12 is 20, but I'm not going to save $20. I'm going to add the 1 and the 2, or the 2 and the 0 together from 20 and save $2. I will save anything up to about 15 bucks on this game. Pen cap went flying. And because that was only $2, I am going to play one more time. I'm going to swap out the red die for the yellow die because that's the line that we'll be on. You do not have to do this. It's just what I do. It's a quirk. Keep it fun. I mean, when you buy Qwixx in the store, it comes with all the dice anyway, so why not use them, right? Okay, new game. Let's see what we do. 1, 1, and 2. Okay, so I'm going to take the 2 and the 3. Remember, you have to use exactly 2 dice. You cannot add numbers for all 3 dice together. Okay, 6, 4, and 3. So I've got 10, 7, and 9. So I'm going to take the 10 and the 9. I will leave the 7. 6, 2, and 2. So I've got 4 and 8. I will take the 4 and the 8. 3, 3, 3. So all I can do is 6. That's what I'm going to take. 6, 5, and 1. So I've got 6, 7, and 11. I'm going to take 11, and I'm also going to take 7 just because the game's getting long. 5 and 12. I've got 5, 2 and 3. So now I need a pair of 6s, and I will have completed the row. Close, but no cigar. Okay, so that one's going to save $12. So all in, I'm going to put in $14 for this week. So that is a pretty good amount, I would say. So let me put the dice away. And swap the binder with the tray. We'll go to envelope number 8. And 10, 12, 14. Going in. And then the scorecard in front. And we'll move on to the next one, which is Toucano, which is a new game that I started playing last week. It is a card game. I believe it comes from Switzerland. And so in this game, we're going to deal 6 cards unless the toucan card appears. So that if a toucan card appears, it has special symbols on it, and we'll proceed accordingly if that happens. So I am actually going to pop out the instruction card just so I don't forget what I'm doing here. I'll keep this off to the side. And then, of course, I had to take 2 envelopes with it, so let me get these set back up in here. Okay. So let me get out the Toucano cards. And like I say, this comes from Europe, so of course the cards are not the same shape that we have, but that's okay. And I will give them a shuffle as best I can. One more time. Oops. So I'm just not used to having narrow cards, so they slip right through my fingers. Well, and they're new, too. Okay, and a cut. So we're going to deal 6 cards. Oh, there's a toucan card. Okay, so toucan with mask, swap first and last cards. Okay, so I'm going to set that to the side. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now we're swapping the first card with the last card, so that goes to 6, that goes to 1, and now we're scoring it according to the position of the card. Okay, so card number 1 is 1, and the cards will tell you how much to score based on what position they're in, but not every card has every position. So for example, if this was in spot 6, it would have scored a 0 because there's nothing there. But it's in spot 1, so that's 1. Spot 2, 6, so we're up to 7. Spot 3, left is even, right is odd. So it's an odd, it's in the 3rd position, so we're going to add 2. So 1 plus 6 plus 2, so we're at 9. 4 rather, is 5, so 13. And then card number 5, odd, 1, 14. And then card number 6, it's blank. So we're at 14. So we're going to save $14 into this challenge for this week. Again, it's 1. Position number 1 is 1. Position number 2, 6. Position number 3, odd, so the right, which is 2. 1 plus 6 plus 2 is 9. Position number 4, 5. Position number 5, odd, so on the right-hand side, another 1. And position number 6 is blank. So 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 9 is 15. Did I count 14 earlier? I should have counted 15. 15 is what we're going to save. I apologize if that was confusing. I promise that the future will be clearer. As I get used to the game and more comfortable with it, I will make sure that I articulate the rules more clearly. So, okay, for now, let's clean all this up. And I bought this at a specialty game store in Portland, Oregon. You could probably find it online somewhere, I would assume. You may even be able to find it from the specialty game store in Oregon where I bought it. So we're going to save $15 into envelope number 9 this week, which doesn't leave us a whole lot for the other challenges. So we're probably not going to make it all the way through the binder, but that is perfectly fine. So that goes in. Up next is Dicefecta. I will get out the Dicefecta cards and we'll give that one a play. Okay, here's Dicefecta, and I got out the next 2 games just in case, but we'll see how we do. So Dicefecta, if you haven't seen it before, is another dice-based savings challenge game that's available in my Etsy shop. You can play with one of 4 different dice. You can buy them from me if you need them, or you can use your own. It's up to you. So if you purchase them from me, you will get 1d6 that is blue, 1d8 that is purple, 1d10 that is green, and 1d12 that is red. That corresponds with the cards in Dicefecta. There are 2 of each. They are identical on the back, so you can mix them all up and pick one at random if you like. Or what I usually do is I roll the d8, and that tells me which card number I am going to play with. So let's give it a roll. And we've got card number 4, so that is going to be a D8 card. It will be card B. So let's put the other dice away. I'll get out the dice tray. We'll get to rolling, and we see how we do here. So in Dicefecta, the object is to find your dry erase marker. That is object number 1. I have no idea what I did with it. I just had it. Oh, goodness. If my head were not attached. Okay. Well, fortunately, I have others, so let me grab one of those. Always have a backup, kids, because you never know when you're going to need it. All right, use a blue one. I have the rag, that's still out, but I can't find the marker. Anyway, okay, so with Dicefecta, you roll the corresponding die, and you mark off the numbers as they come up. Once you get a full section, you yell Dicefecta, and then you decide how you're going to save. There's 3 different ways to save. It's 3, and I will explain those once we get a full section. So let's get to rolling, and let's see how we do this week. Okay, so we're starting off big with the 8. Roll again. Another 8. So we've already covered it, so we don't need it again. A 3. 2. It's the only 2 on this card. 8 again. 8 again. 4. Okay, so 7 will give it to us. 6 will give it to us. 3 we already have. 5. Okay, 1 will give it to us. And we've got 6. Dicefecta. So this is our completed section. So now we determine how much we're going to save. If we're doing it the high budget way, we add the 6, the 3, and the 2, and we save $11. If we're doing it the medium budget way, we save $1 for every number that we marked off. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so $8. And if we're doing it the lower budget way, we mark off, or we save rather, the last number that we marked off, which is 6. So we've got $11, $8, or $6. I am going to save $6. We're going to go lower budget this week just so that we can play the 12 Days of Christmas. So I'm going to wipe this off. And I'll get out the $6. And if I didn't yell Dicefecta, Dicefecta! I can't remember if I did that or not. Okay, so that die needs to stay over here. So we'll go to envelope number 10. And next we'll do the 12 Days of Christmas real quick. I do have my scratching tool, so I can find everything but that stupid pen. Okay, so do I need this? Yes, I do, because I need to roll a d12, and I'm just going to roll the Dicefecta one. 12 Days of Christmas is a scratch and save challenge that I created with the help of the good people of Christmas Island, which is a territory in the Indian Ocean. Back in the 1970s, the territory of Christmas Island issued a commemorative set of postage stamps, one for every one of the 12 Days of Christmas. So I've made them into a savings challenge. Each stamp has the number of scratch-off stickers that is for that day of Christmas. So this is the 12th day, it has 12 scratchers. 11th has 11. The first day has 1, but since I've already done it, I put a challenge completed sticker over it, thanks to a suggestion I got, just to make sure that I don't accidentally reveal that one, because it is the only scratcher on that card. But let's give the D12 a roll, and let's see where we're going to go today. So number 3. So there's only 1 scratch left on the 3rd day of Christmas, which is the 3 French hens. And it's going to be $4. Okay. So let me get this cleaned up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got some more money. So I think instead of going to the 12 face cards, we'll just do another one in here. And this one is also going to be retired. So let me see if I can grab a challenge completed sticker. And I will stick that right on top of all of the French hens. Let's see. Oh, there's one. Okay. These challenge completed stickers are also available in my Etsy shop, along with fully funded stickers. If you need them, check them out. Link will be down in the description. Okay, so let's give it another roll. Number 6. 4, 5, 6, which is the 6 geese laying. And there's 5 left, so let's roll a d6, and that will tell us which one to scratch. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go right here at the bottom right. And that'll be $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, so I need $1 more. So I will grab that from somewhere, from this mystery pile over here on my left. There we go. So I've got $101 going into game night this week. That means that'll be $1 less for the Life of a Creator, which is on Wednesday when I do the Savings Challenge books. So let me put all of this away. And we'll go into envelope number 10, or the envelope number 11 rather, which is the 12 Days of Christmas. And I'll stick all of these ones in here, although they'll come right back out as we do a consolidation or a condensing, whichever you prefer. So let me get the cash tray set up for that. Ooh, it's not even going to close barely. Get the cash tray set up for that, and we'll do that condensing here in just 1 sec. Okay, the cash tray is all reset, so let's condense. But before I do that, let me put the marker on envelope number 12, because we will start there next week. That'll be the 12 face cards, which is another scratch and save challenge. And hopefully by next week, I will finally have replaced my deck of cards. Okay, so let's start with Loteria, and let's see how much is in here. We've got 100, 200, 20, 30, 40. So I'm going to take the 2 10s back and put in a 20. Then in Sust, we have 50, 75, 77, so nothing to condense there. Inside Junior's Restaurants, we have 100, 200, 50, 60, 70, 75, 77, 78. So I am going to put back 2 tens for a 20. So when we finish Junior's Restaurants, we will have saved probably around $300. And that is exciting. Okay, Dicetropolis. The Dicetropolis envelope has 100, 200, 50, 70, 5, 80, 2, 83. So I'm going to swap 2 5s for a 10. Envelope 5, Dicetropolis 2, Dice Harder, has 20, 5, 30, 32, 33. So we'll swap 2 5s for a 10. Envelope 6, which is left, center, right, has 100, 50, 70, 5, 80, 82, 83, 84. So I'm going to swap 2 1s for a 2 and 2 5s for a 10. And then in flip 7, we have 100, 50, 70, 80, 85, 90, 92, 94. So I will swap the 10 and 2 5s for a 20. Apologies for knocking the camera. The lid on the savings, or on the cash tray rather, just kind of knocked into the boom arm, or the boom stand rather. Okay, so there's that. Now let's look into Qwixx. Scorecard. 100, 200, 50, 70, 80, 90, 92, 94. So swap 2 10s for a 20. Okay. And then Toucano has 10, 15, 20, 22. So put back 2 5s and a 10, and we'll take a 20. That is the last stickered 20 I have. Okay, envelope number 10, Dicefecta, has 50, 70, 80, 5, 87, 88, 89. So we'll put back 2 1s and grab a 2. I'm all out of stickered 2s also. Unless I have one at the front. Nope. Okay. And then last but not least is the 12 Days of Christmas, because we didn't play the 12 face card, so it's just going to be this one. 100, 50, 60, and the rest are all 2s and 1s. Okay, 160, 162, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 71. So I'm going to save this one, and this should equal $20. 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. It does. Okay. Go. So we'll take out a 20. We'll put an unstickered 20 in here. And I'm going to swap that 2 with that other one. Oh, goodness. The struggle is real. There we go. Okay, and that other 2 was in Dicefecta, I think. Nope, it wasn't in Dicefecta. Yes, it was. See, that's why I didn't like it. It's stuck to the game card. Okay, so that one's coming out. This one's going in. Okay, so that is everything condensed. I don't know that the binder got that much thinner. Yeah, it's still pretty thick. But come back for the Savings Challenge books on Wednesday. I've got a couple that are on the verge of getting finished, and I'll probably be finishing some more challenges within the Life of a Creator Collab Savings Challenge book as well. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you, especially those of you who watch all the way to the end. That means the world to me. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below so that I know you were here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until I see you in the next one, which hopefully will be on Wednesday for the Savings Challenge books, take care.